Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be playing Soldier Tower Defense version 7.5. Looks like we are playing on normal mode. I'm going to go ahead and random here. This game has some hidden builders, and it looks like I've been fortunate enough to get one. I've actually never played any of the hidden builders in this before, so I'm not familiar with any of their towers. Okay. Units spawn right here, so I'm going to put my first tower up at this spot. The reason I'm going for this specifically is because it's pretty close to the entrance, and it should be able to catch the units as they loop around. Possible this tower specifically is a little bit too low range for that, so we'll have to see.
Job's done.
But yeah, DPS seems sufficient. Oh, okay. So the game mode that we currently have active is Survivor, normal difficulty, 15 lives. Not my favorite. The difficulty that I'm a huge fan of in this game is called Race Mode, which the way that one works is the second you complete a wave, it immediately starts you on the next wave, which allows you to just go at your own pace. So I'm killing these waves, let's just say 50% faster than green. I just picked someone, I don't know. And yeah, so I would just get to continue on. As it stands, yeah, 46 mobs left, so basically one of these players is just really slowing us down. And it looks like it is purple. I think every single unit is purples.
I await the legions coming.
Okay. 30 gold raccoon, 3 times the price for not 3 times the damage, so it is cost ineffective, but who knows, maybe it has an extra ability. If it doesn't, then it's probably better to keep building dogs for the moment. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, in theory, it has the same attack range, same attack speed, and less damage. So that just means my units are going to keep getting weaker in terms of price per tower. Of course, in this game, you do have a pretty limited amount of space for your premium tower spots. So, once I end up maxing out all of these locations, then at the end of the day, if you want to keep that up, you'll just have to replace your towers, even if it's not cost effective. Yeah, we'll probably have to start swapping out these dogs in like 4 or 5 rounds. I can't say I'm too big of a fan of the hidden builder. This is basically the equivalent of a different race I played in this game called the Undead, where all of the towers just were chaos at high attack speed. In fact, it might literally just be this race, but with less annoying sound effects. In that one, you don't launch your animal at the incoming units, so it's a lot quieter.
Job's done.
What is someone saying?
Job's done.
Who's gonna mass 10 cost? I think I already lost, I don't know how to play. You didn't even pick a builder. Okay, yeah. So massing 10 cost just means you spam your first tower. As I mentioned, first tower tends to be the most cost effective, so it is a common strategy in this game, which is one of the things I'm not a huge fan of.
More gold is required.
Also, if you guys like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're interested in playing games with me, I do a live stream every Saturday, so make sure you have your notifications set to all to be notified for exactly when the stream begins. Looks like purple has been completely eliminated. He's going to be at negative 30 lives, and I'm assuming that'll stop spawning units, which should make the game go a little bit faster. Yeah, so maybe 5 more dogs, and then we'll just have to start socketing in raccoons. Well, I guess admittedly we don't necessarily have to. We could squeeze in dogs right here as well. It's not quite as effective, but you would get this little loop right here for the dogs to attack, and then if any unit did get through, it would attack once again. Similarly, you could also accomplish the same thing here. Yeah, this is a 4-slot attack zone, whereas these would be 2, so, or 3, I guess. Squeeze in 2 more dogs.
Job's done.
Oh yeah, there is a tower in the middle that you can upgrade. If you upgrade it a single time, it gives your tower an attack. Anything beyond that is up to you. Whenever you kill a bonus unit, you get some gold. I think this would probably be like 40 gold, so You do get a return on your investment, but it is pretty random unless you're very precise using stop and target. Yeah, I wouldn't invest too much in this. What is this person talking about? At a time, you're not shorting yourself an upgrade. Can you upgrade units you've already placed? No, probably not. You know, let's just save up for a rabbit. I think we'll have enough money to do so. Yeah, the less towers you sell, the less money you waste, because you only get 80% of a tower's value back. So if you sell 10 dogs, you lose 20 gold, which is almost enough for a raccoon. Really painting a solid stream of blood here because of all the dogs we're killing. Seems like this is one of the weaker races that I've seen. Yeah, this is a pretty effective layout. Green's towers also have splash damage, which is really useful in this game. Okay, we'll go ahead and sell the dog. Question is, do we sell this dog or this one? Ends up being pretty similar either way. Go ahead and sell this one.
I can't build there. Job done.
Two hidden builders this game. Red is, I guess, just the random builder. A little bit of variety of everything. And a nice new animal death sound in the mix. Hidden builders tend to be a little lower powered compared to the regular ones. As I said, I'm pretty sure this one's identical. But his might be a little bit weaker. So what could we save up for? So we have other linear towers that are, well, slightly worse than linear. We have the 100 gold armor slayer tower. Every race has access to this. 2 armor is like a 10% damage boost. I'm not a huge fan of it, because 10% damage boost for it to actually be worthwhile, you'd need a ton of extremely powerful towers, because you could instead invest 100 gold into a rabbit, which would just flat out boost your DPS by 110. Whereas as it stands, this would give, what, each dog 1 extra damage, so that's like, what's this, 11 dogs? That's 11 damage, 10. So that'd be like a 30 damage boost, whereas for the same price you could get a 100 damage boost. Can the towers attack over here? They cannot, which means I am at risk of leaking. I should have built an extra rabbit that round if I wanted to be more careful. We'll just put a few dogs up here, and then squeeze another rabbit into the main section.
Job's done.
Yeah, maybe raccoons were the way to go.
Job's done.
Rabbit's a little, or the dog is a little bit low on the DPS. Alright, not a fan of this, but I'll build a rabbit. I'd prefer not to leak.
Job's done.
Looks like this next wave that started was a fair amount easier. None of the units got through. Okay, time to replace another dog.
Job's done.
I believe this game has 68 rounds, somewhere in that ballpark, so we still have a long ways to go. Rabbit or frog? 3 rabbits would be 327 damage. 1 frog is 309. I don't think we'll have time to build the frog at the moment. When the units give higher kill bounties, we'll eventually be able to. I think at some point I think it gets up to like 7 gold to kill, but that's quite a ways away. Looks like Orange's Tier 1 units only strategy is working out nicely. His towers do have a lot more range though, which means he's not quite as limited as my towers are. Because if I go for the low level tower only strat, then just a lot of the towers won't be attacking.
Job done.
Like my towers can't even reach the bottom row. So I'm now noticing 2 things actually. First off, when the rabbits attack backwards, their back feet are rooted in the ground, which means they just get an insane twist. And the second thing I just noticed by zooming in is apparently all this blood is floating in the air, and there's 2 levels of it. So the dogs must just land on top of the enemies, which I guess is what you'd expect when you look at it from the top down. Another leak. 1 rabbit. Will that be enough to take care of it? Yeah, it actually should be pretty easy. It's like 5 hits. Yeah, exactly 5. Next up, I will replace... We can go for some earlier DPS. We'll replace this dog.
Say hello to my little friend.
As long as your higher DPS towers are attacking pretty much 100% of the time, the location isn't too important. Yeah, and currently our towers probably have like 95% uptime, so that's pretty solid. Seems like another leak. It'll be close, but yeah, not quite enough. So once again, like 5 to 8 hits. This is hero armor, but since I'm Chaos, that doesn't make a difference. And bounty is up to 3 now, which is good. So what is this? I'll have to double check. I don't remember if this game has an end of wave gold bonus. If it does, then we're about like 1 round away from the frog. If it doesn't, then we're about 2 rounds away. I don't think it does, though.
No guts, no glory.
Not too much to watch here. Let's go take a look and see Yellow's strategy. Yeah, so he really just has a huge amount of variance. His units do 2 to 22 damage, and then they also have a chance to crit for what seems to be 2 times damage. Yeah, just all RNG. But his attack range is enormous, so it works out nicely for him. Then you have Blue. Okay, so I'm guessing this is Blue's 10 gold unit. 40 damage, but low attack speed. And piercing is, of course, inferior to Chaos. And red is still just variety. But yeah, only Blue's leak so far, so the strategy everyone's implementing is working out pretty well. Let's go ahead and host or not host, create a frog. Yeah, we can do this one.
More gold is required.
should get a frog death sound. I don't actually remember what that one sounds like, so we'll find out in a
Job
moment.
done.
I can't hear it, but yeah, I guess should in theory be going there, or be playing a frog death sound. And some other people finally noticed that my builder just kills tons of animals in the process of taking out incoming waves of units. Oh, there we are. I just heard the frog that time. It just makes a ribbit sound. Yeah, actually, taking a look at the frog's uptime, the early slot isn't quite as effective as it otherwise could be. These inner two slots are a better choice. Probably replace this rabbit with a frog next. Or, okay, let me pay close attention. If this dog can attack the middle, then I will replace the dog. It's really hard to see. Yeah, that's a good opportunity to find out. So will this attack the dragon? And it does. Okay, nice. So in that case, these two dogs will be our next targets for replacement. How many leaks? Okay. 1 leak, 1,000 life, some armor. I might need to squeeze in another rabbit to actually kill it. Actually, the placement's good enough that I think the rabbit has it covered, because he will loop around a bit. So go ahead and sell this dog in a moment, and then fill it in with a frog. And the pig is my final unit, which is once again a little bit less cost effective. Yeah, so 3 times as expensive as the frog for, once again, like 5% less damage. Seems like this is a pretty durable wave. It's divine armor, but that shouldn't have an impact.
More gold is required. More gold is required.
Okay, how many units leak through? Looks like 1.5. Worst case, we leak 2 units. And I'm gonna get the frog up. And bounty is up to 4 now, which means we're getting the stronger towers at a pretty fast rate. Okay, rabbit's guaranteed to kill the first drake. Second one might sneak by. Perfect. Alright. And then this dog will go next. Probably 1 round away. Actually, I only got 60 gold out of that. That seems strangely low. That'd mean only 15 units respawn. Which I guess would make sense, given our total life count. Just felt like more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah. So we're getting 60 gold per round. This should be Blue's 90 gold unit. Or it could be the 30, actually.
More gold is required. More gold is required. More gold is required. More gold is required.
Alright, third frog is just about up.
Job's done.
And with that, we're at round 35, which should just about be the halfway point of the game. Typically, if you end up losing, the rounds that I recall being hard are in like the 48 to 55 mark. But that's in race mode, which I don't know how the difficulty compares to normal. I feel like more units spawn. At a minimum, they spawn faster. This is a durable wave. Yeah, I guess, so armor's up to 5 now. So with 300 damage and 3 frogs, would it be justifiable to get an armor slayer? If you think of it as a 10% damage boost, it is just about broken even. But, the range, 550, they placed it right here, or really any of these spots. So you know what, let's replace this raccoon, maybe? The premium spot, though. Well, we'll keep holding off for now, but pretty soon that is going to be worthwhile. Next up, okay, so these frogs are the farthest right units that can attack the center. Is it time to get rid of the rabbit? We'll just keep doing dogs. Within a few rounds, though, the rabbits will be going. Once we make our first pig, we'll replace a rabbit. Actually, that's a fair amount. 81, 334. The harpy with high health will probably be a little bit too much, so I'm going to squeeze in another rabbit here once I get the money for it. Do I have time for that, though? I don't, actually. Yeah. Alright. Looks like we are getting our first leak right here.
Job done.
Sucks, but, oh well. The alternative was to build 3 raccoons, which would just instantly... Well, the DPS from a raccoon would not have been enough. Plus you have to factor in the build time, so just would not have gotten me that much damage to work with. Looks like blue also leaked a single unit that round. Oh, actually, no, there's green. Yellow's filled up just about 95% of his potential tower space with tier 1 towers. Yeah, he's getting a solid, I don't know, what is that, like 100 towers attacking at once? Maybe I'll have to try out this race in the future. Builder 25, for those of you who are curious.
Say hello to
So
my little
magic,
friend.
that's going to do reduced damage to divine armor. Probably, I'm not sure what percentage. Okay, this raccoon can go.
I await the legion's coming.
done.
Was that the sign of a new bonus? I don't think I've gotten a single bonus kill. Wow. Yellow is going crazy on bonus gold investment. Bonus center 13. If you assume that the cost goes up by like 5 each time, he's probably spent a few hundred gold on that. And then of course the bonuses are up to 12,000 HP, so he's really the only one doing any damage there. The odds of me ever getting a kill when he does 45 times the damage is basically 0. Okay, 2 got through, but I do have 2 rabbits up there now. I think I'll squeeze in a third, just to keep the DPS up.
Job's done.
Would that even be enough? 1,000 health? No, I think we are leaking another one here. 140 damage short. Fine, I'll prevent the leak. Just need to put a rabbit right here. It's only 2 hits for a rabbit, which can be done. Yeah, if you look at that as 18 gold spent for a life, that's not bad. It's okay. Looks like red leaked his first unit, and green leaked an additional 4. That is a ton of units that got through that time. Get our 4th rabbit up here.
Job's done.
This seems like a Divine Armor wave, yeah. Divine Beings only take Chaos, which really just means 70% reduced from everything else. But yeah, when you have enough towers, it doesn't really make a difference. And red, because he seems to get random towers every time, does have a decent mix of Chaos in the batch of towers that he has. Someone just boarding is leaking? Who even was that? Oh, blue. Okay. $5 gold per kill. So we're about 6 rounds away from getting the pig. I don't think we can really wait that long. We'll replace this dog with frog. Not the best spot, but it's okay.
Job's done.
We're still getting 5 gold per round, but the gold price was hidden on this wave. For most of the kills, there it is now. Wonder if, actually this is probably the case, is shooting out Z's, perhaps because an assassin is supposed to be silent. Or it could be because go to sleep could be used as like a reference for death. Either way. I do like how quiet his towers are relative to mine. These are just so noisy. If now that we're up to 6 frogs, they actually seem like they're one of the major sounds now. A little bit more noticeable than the rabbit. Happy Penguins, 7 armor, 30%. I'll have to keep a closer eye on what makes the dragon levels special. I'm assuming it's probably faster movement speed or perhaps more armor. Because some waves, despite seeming pretty similar, you end up leaking and others you do just fine. And for me, yeah, movement speed and armor total are really the only factors because I'm Chaos. What is the slow? 190 range and attacks. Slows by some amount. I do like slow towers. I think I will put one right here. I do tend to concentrate a fair amount of my DPS in that section, so that should work out decently. Okay, so what was special about this wave? Just fast movement speed, 30%. Seems like that's almost the same. Fortified, that doesn't make a difference. Also fast, yeah. Okay, so this seems like at least one leak. Okay, so for the Frost Tower, we'll go ahead and put it here as I had mentioned. And we might do the same with the Armor Tower.
Job done.
Actually, that's a pretty solid slow. That is like 50%.
I shall be your eyes.
13. I feel like I went down to 13 earlier, so maybe I did end up killing it. And Oatmeal just leaked his first unit as well. Ah, he also just got his first... Wow, that range is insane. No Warden, 64 to 6.2 thousand damage. Huh. I wonder if that's a 800 gold tower. Because that just seems like an enormous amount. Nice, 9 gold per kill, which means this is the game telling us it's about time to start getting pigs.
What needs revealing?
Yeah, so the tanks were 6 and the wave after was 9, so 50% income boost in one round. And they should get us to 56 out of, I believe, 70, so we're getting pretty close to the end here. Could be worthwhile to actually squeeze in an extra Frost Tower. I'm going to put one Frost Tower right up here. Maybe even a third on the right as well.
Job done.
$10 gold. 60 kills, so that means 4 rounds away. I'm going to put in the extra Frost Tower. That'll slow down the rate at which we get the pig, but I think the slow is worth it. Yeah, and income is just increasing really quickly now. We're up to 12 gold per kill. Which, yeah, I guess it could just be going at 3 per round now, roughly. Or 3, then 1, then 3. Yeah, halfway to the pig. And selling the rabbit gets us 70, so we just need to get to 740 gold first. Oh, this actually is an upgrade. Center bonus 16? What? Seems like that might be a bug. Center bonus 16 is the tower that you could place... Wait a minute. Let me go check something kind of stupid. Are you able to just build towers over here? What? So you could build the Armor Slayer and then just immediately make a center bonus 16 and skip all the intermediate upgrades? Is that actually a good tower? 147 damage, 1 attack per second. What are my current... What does this say? Very fast. It's also the only tower that has a useful tooltip for the attack speed.
I shall be your eyes.
Now, 1 per second seems like that's slower. Oh, and I can afford the pig now. So this rabbit will be removed, and we'll get the pig. And, yeah, golden pig, that was unexpected. But in terms of actual abilities, probably no advantage over the other units. Yeah. The pig noise, on the other hand, I guess it is louder. That's the pig's advantage. Immediately noticeable. So 20 gold per kill, so we can get a pig almost every other round. And red, yellow, and I are the only players remaining. Seems like this wave might be problematic. Squeeze in another armor slayer up here.
Job done.
Okay, so
Say hello to my
what do we
little
want?
friend.
Is it time for some frogs? Yeah, we can put a frog up here. Guess we can. This should be fine.
Job done.
I think that'll be the 0 leaks. $25 gold per kill, so we should be able to get, what is that, 3 remaining. I think that should get us a pig. Yeah.
I await the Legion's
And then we'll replace
coming.
this rabbit next.
Job done.
Is there another spot that we should put a slow tower? Honestly, they're so cheap now that our income is insanely high relative to what it used to be. I think we put in 2 more slow towers.
More gold is required. Job done.
Yeah, it's very important that you don't let any units get through on almost full health, because, yeah, my towers at the end don't have that much damage. So if this one got through with 7,000 instead of 3,000, there's a pretty good chance it would have leaked. But instead, we had more than enough damage over here to take them
Job
out.
done.
Seems like this slow placement is working out pretty well. Almost all of these units are getting slowed.
Spider sense tingling.
Job done.
5 rounds to go. 42 gold per kill. Huh. Seems like the frost is wearing off on these units faster. The birds seem like you had like a solid 6 seconds of frost, whereas these guys it was more like 1. Okay, get rid of this rabbit. I don't want to get rid of the frogs yet. They're still cost effective. Plus I still have 10 dogs I could get rid of. Or 8.
Job done.
And in terms of the damage bonus, so 30% instead of 35. So that's a 5% damage bonus. Pretty minor, which is why I didn't really want to get the armor slayers earlier.
Job's done.
Another leak from yellow. Yeah, 60 gold per kill. This is insane. 60 gold is the equivalent of a full wave at like round 10. And that's every single kill. The frog time? Frog replacement time? Alright, we can replace it. That does mean we are losing 46 gold on, or no, 54 gold.
Job done.
So,
Job's done.
13 lives remaining. As long as we kill, as long as we kill 3 units on the final wave, we can't lose. These things are hard to target. That is a lot of health. I'll get an idea of how much DPS we have and then build a tower that is appropriate to handle the unit. Okay. Yeah, we do not have enough. Okay. We can... Pig is really expensive. We can build a frog. Should have decided earlier.
Job done.
1 leak. Okay. We now have to do marginally better on the final wave, which may or may not be this one. I guess not, though. It says rounds are continuing. Okay. Get these 2 replaced. Very important we don't fall behind on DPS in the main section.
Job done.
Red is down to 6 lives.
Job done. Job done.
Ooh, a couple with full HP got through. Alright, yeah, it's pig time. We'll put a pig right here. Oh, maybe this rabbit should have gone instead.
Job done.
I think that one on full HP is pretty much guaranteed to get through. Another pig over here, perhaps?
Job's done.
Oh, I think that one sneaked by. Darn.
Job's done.
Okay, it's 4 more leaks. Checkmate. So, maybe the second to final round? So we can replace this dog.
Job's done.
And then this frog can be next.
Job's done.
Yeah, 8 lives remaining, 13 on yellow, 3 on red. This is a strangely weak wave. 4,000... How is... Oh, was that nothing? Was that just... Did I get any gold for that? I don't understand that wave at all. Cinder bonus final. That's a. Oh, that's it. That was the. How was that the final wave? What? That was like the most anticlimactic final wave I've ever seen. Every unit had 4,000 health and died instantly. Okay. All right. So that's Soldier TD. All in all, I think it's pretty fun. I feel like you could kind of slice out the first 15 waves or so. And having your towers get less effective with prices feels a bit unsatisfying, but yeah. Ultimately, I do think it's pretty fun. And I'd recommend if you play this game, play it on race mode instead. That way you don't have quite as much downtime. So yeah, if you guys like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.